going on, guys? Welcome back. Before I get started, I want to show you this. Hey, what's going on, people? Another day, another dollar. We are out here to this liquidator, like you pull it, salvage yard. And just so happened yesterday, my brother-in-law was like, hey, they have a Harley Davidson out here. So I got to thinking, maybe I could go out there and see if it's possible that I could get a cam chest plate. So I get here early in the morning, and first in line, nobody else going to the Harley Davidson. I make my way in, and I start to take off the parts to get to this cam plate. So I was thinking about taking the pipes, but the pipes were in bad shape. I guess they had a front end collision or whatever the case may be, and the frame was pushed into the pipe. So I was like, nah, there's a no-go on that. So I took those, disassembled them a little bit so that I could get to the chest plate, you know, top cover. And I get in the inside of it and come to find out it's a stock one. I'm like, oh, that's fine. So after looking around a little bit, I looked kind of towards the bottom of the bike and realized that it had a center stand. And I got the center stand, took that off, did all that good stuff, nice and oily. And I got to thinking, my little nephew's thinking about getting a touring bike as well too. So I took the brackets off for the touring pack bracket off the back, you know, the two little prongs and all that good stuff. I'll show you a picture of that. And I took that off and took that out. So, and the grand total for all that stuff, the center stand and the brackets for the, you know, touring pack housing was $77, which was awesome, man. You know, we'll see if that stuff works. If it didn't, hey, whatever, it's $77. I want to say that those touring pack brackets are at least 200 plus, and I know that center stand at least has to be at least, let's say, 500 plus. So hopefully today we will be somewhat successful, and we'll see how this goes once I get the idea of cleaning it up and see if it all works. So stay tuned, man, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until next time, maybe one day you'll see things differently about the salvage yard, huh? Talk to you later. All right, here we go. What I got from the junkyard was docking plate, and then I got the component for the center stand, which was the actual stand, the mechanism to make it go up and down, and then you have the toggle switch here, which I just felt like, I thought it would be more wiring to it, but I guess not. And then I also have two screws down here as well too to mount the plate. Now that we got the bike raised up, I can't necessarily put the jack in here because if I do put the jack in, it'll block me from putting the center stand in. So I'm gonna just leave it like this, tilt it, and then we'll go from there and do the best we can. So this is gonna be very hard on this camera view, but we'll see where it goes. All right, here we go, day number 2, and I got it hooked up. It took me a little while, but I got it hooked up. So this is what it looks like from the side. And like I say, man, it's pretty tucked away. It's not hidden anything. Let me flip it upside down, show you a little better picture. Right there, it's not hitting my pipe anywhere up in there. So that's a pretty good thing. And it's tucked away, so it doesn't give like a pretty big profile under the bike. It's not bad. It's probably like what, maybe 3/4 of an inch lower than the actual frame, maybe. So that isn't bad. I tell you what, it took me a little time to get it on here though. It's not as easy as looking at that MRI custom video and him just putting it in and going about his business. It took a little finagling. I'll say it took me maybe at least a good 30-45 minutes to get it in there. And it's a tight fit, but it goes. I'm not complaining about that. All right, let me show you my little setup real quick. To get it to go, just to do some little practice runs, I put in this 9-volt battery, which I know it'll make it happen. but at a slow rate because obviously it's not 12, and it does fairly well. The thing about this, I like it, and then again I don't like it, because knowing me, I'll probably take off with it down, and then I would have a problem going forward. So it is what it is, and I don't like a lot of congestion on my bike. The more stuff you get, the more tricks you get, you gotta add more wiring to the situation. I know how to put it in an area. Like I said, I have a fuse block behind here, so all my wires don't necessarily go into the battery area. So that's how I try to keep mine. But the best thing I could say, and I saw this on I think the guy is Sick Baggers or something like that. What he did was he changed out his horn, and there's a 3-gauge setup right here. And what he did was it was 3 gauges, so the middle gauge was his center stand, and then the rear one was his dump for his air rod. My air rod is up fairly tall, so it won't go all the way down to sit on the center stand. And let me put the camera down and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right here is where I have the bike dumped all the way down. And I'll use a little toggle switch that comes with it and take it down. See if I hit it right on the first one. Nope. And that's down right there. And that's the farthest I can go down. But that's only with the bike tilted on the kickstand. So other than that, I wouldn't even go down. So that's the farthest it'll go. On the other side, I have a lot of space. So let me take it up. And remember, this is still on the kickstand. About right there is good. And I hit the toggle switch again. And the battery come unplugged. And the battery came unplugged. Right there you go. So now watch this. I'm gonna dump my air rod. Going down. See right there, it hits. Alright, back down, my bad. And notice the bike is starting to lean back to the right when it goes down, because it's sitting on one side of the stand, but not necessarily the other side. And that's how it sits. Just like that. And that's with 3. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm gonna rock it over so it sits even. It's even right there, but it's probably like, I want to say maybe a ½ inch off on both sides. And that'll be a problem. And that's the lowest my air rod goes down, is right there. And it's something to keep in mind. So with that said, man, if you want to go with the center stand on your bike, it is what it is. Do you? But at the end of the day, for me, it's not worth it. Yeah, it looks cool, but I think overall my bike looks cooler without it, and that's probably where I'm leaning. I got this part for roughly, what, $50, and it sells for $700 at the junkyard. That sounds like a come up to me. So I think at the end of the day, I'm gonna probably sell it and get some of that money back, because I don't want to have to go through, like I said, I don't like all those electronics on my bike, so I don't want to go through the process of putting it on the bike and then it could potentially get broken or even just congesting up my my battery area. Also, as I was going through the process of deciding whether I wanted a called MRI, I think it's called like Matt Rinsley Innovations or something like that, out in Arizona, and he was talking about how he has these arms in different lengths, and I want to say, I'm not necessarily sure, I want to say he had it in a 2, a 3, and a 4 of these. So based on what you need I'm pretty sure he can accommodate you. And I'll tell you this, when he was on the phone, man, I sent him pictures and all kind of things of what mine looks like, and he was telling me what he could do for it and how we can make it happen. So I'm pretty sure if you have a good setup on yours and he can accommodate to make something happen for you. He also has some shims that go on the bottom of it. It's like a screw in the top of the leg. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a screw in the top of the leg where he can give you some shims, and the shims will probably bring it up maybe, I want to say he said 1/3 of an inch, and you can get several of those to make it happen. So this stand could be good for anyone, I would imagine. You know, he has different gears and different modifications that go with the center stand. So if you're interested in a center stand, I imagine you should reach out to MRI Customs, man, and get it so you get that nice appeal with your bike. And maybe next time you'll see things differently if you think about getting a center stand for your bike.